Good morning, good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the class, everybody.
Thank you, Clarice.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Can you hear me, everybody?
Yes, teacher.
Yes? Okay, hello, everybody. Welcome to the class. Hello, hello. Can you hear me, everybody?
Yes,
Thank you. Okay, I can see only one person with the camera on. Thank you, Jennifer. And the rest, everybody, I want to see you. Camera on, please.
good morning.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, good morning.
I'm still preparing my breakfast.
Raquel.
All right, okay. So, welcome, everybody. How are you? How do you feel? Did you check your feedback from the exam?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so yesterday I sent your scores. I hope you read your feedback. Okay, and remember, everybody, try to keep in mind the feedback in order that you can improve those areas that you need to improve on. So the next exam, you don't have the same mistakes. Okay? Any question, complaints about the exam, about the feedback? Is there a question about it? No?
Where is the next exam?
Okay, the next exam is the last day on this course. If everything goes well, everybody, let me share with you the calendar. If everything goes well, we will be finishing this level on November 29th and 30th. So we are going to have the exam those days, okay? The 29th and the 30th, okay? That is if everything goes well. That I hope that that's the way it's gonna be. Remember, everybody, also by the end of this week, how much is the percentage that you need to get on the platform?
50%.
That's the one. So please, I can see some of you haven't advanced a lot. So let's try to do it, everyone. There are some people that they have been working a lot. They have even more than 50%. But there are some others that they have 1%, 2%. So that is a little bit scary. So try to advance on the platform as much as possible. Okay? Do you have any other question about exam? Yes? No?
I saw in the page there is a little quiz there. We can do that, or we need wait.
Which quiz?
The exam, the last and the 2.2 maybe I saw. No, it's not an exam.
On the platform?
Yeah, no.
Where? What exam are you talking about?
Maybe I got mistake. But I saw a little exam there. Maybe I
in the
saw
calendar?
no in the page in the platform.
Yes. Actually, everybody on the platform, there are 3 exams.
Okay.
For example, let me share with you the platform. And I don't know if these are the exams you are talking about.
Yeah.
Remember that in the platform, we have Unit 1. And in the Unit 1, we have all the exercises of the Unit 1. When you finish the Unit 1, scroll down you have here the unit number 2 and all the exercises of the unit number 2. After the unit number 2, we have the first written exam. Okay? Listen, these exams, you have to do it, but we are not going to do it in the class. You can do these exams, at home, in your free time. You can do it in the morning, in the afternoon, at night, during the weekend, okay? When you finish the unit number 2, you have to take the exam, okay? Then we have the unit number 3. We have the unit number 3 in all the exercises. We have the unit number 4 in all the exercises. And after the unit number 4, we have the second written exam. Again, this exam, you can do it whenever you want. And at the end, we have the unit number 5, and we have all the exercises. And when we finish the unit number 5, you have the last written exam. The last written exam is about everything. It's about the unit from the unit number 1 to the unit number 5. Okay? Is that clear, everybody? The exams on the platform?
Yes.
Remember, those exams, you can do them whenever you want. It's not in the class. We are not going to do it in the during the class, okay? Now, it says, in the chat says, next month we will have classes, or will we wait until January? And that's a good question. Actually, everybody, normally in December, we don't have classes. So I consider that this, we finish in November. So after November, we stop, we have like a break, and we start in January. Unless they said something different, we are going to continue in December, but I don't think so. Normally in December, we don't have classes, okay? Got it? Any other question? Now, in the chat, they will ask you, I don't know if they will do it in November or if they will do it until next year, but you have to pay a lot of attention in the chat when they ask you to fill in the documents to roll in the next level. Let me tell you that in the last level, a lot of people couldn't enter to intermediate 1 because they didn't send the documents on time. They are very strict in that aspect. If they say, hey, you need to send the documents in 24 hours, please send the documents in the right time. Because if you send the documents 1 day later, they are not going to include you. Because in this moment, it's like we have a lot of students, so we don't have a lot of room in the groups. So if they say, hey, send the documents in 24 hours, please do it, okay? Because believe me, that was the reason why a lot of classmates are out of the level, okay? Do you have any questions so far, everyone? Yes, no? Okay, if you don't have questions, I do. I have one question. Why do you have the camera off? Why? I understand the ones that says that are listener with the camera off, but in the other ones, I need camera on, everybody. Remember, that's the rule, okay? So we're going to start today, everybody, we are starting the new unit, okay? We were practicing the unit number 1 and the unit number 2. So today we are starting the unit number 3, okay? So let me share the presentation. Give me 1 second. Can you see the presentation, everyone?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so today is November 15th. We are in the middle of the month. Today we are starting the unit number 3. So let's pay attention, everybody, because today we are going to learn a new grammar tense, okay? The grammar tense is pretty simple, believe me. So I want to start asking you a question. What have you been up to? What do you think, everybody? What is the meaning of this question? What have you been up to? Any idea? What comes to your mind? Imagine that you see your friends, they are walking in the street. Hey, and you say, hey, hi, what have you been up to? What do you think? What is the meaning?
I think the answer could be not far until today.
Okay.
In Spanish, it's like, ¿qué has estado haciendo?
Could be.
Mhm.
What else? So imagine when you have a friend and it's been a long time without seeing that person. And wow, hey, I haven't seen you since last year. What have you been up to? This is just another way to ask, what have you been doing? Okay, this is just another way to ask this. What have you been doing? Of course, it's more common to say, what have you been up to? So imagine, everybody, that I ask you, hey, what have you been up to? What would you say? Tell me those activities that you have been doing.
I've been taking classes.
Ah, very good. What else?
I've been learning English.
Nice.
I have been drinking coffee.
That's important. Definitely. What else?
I have been cleaning my house and learning English too.
Okay, pretty good. Anything else? So imagine during this year, it's November, so the year is almost ending. So during all this year, what have you been up to?
I've been taking English classes.
Okay, cool. Anything else?
I've been working a lot because I want to buy a car.
Nice. That sounds like a very good plan. How about you guys? Have you been doing exercise? Dating with someone, maybe? Hanging out with your friends?
I have been studying for my future.
Cool, very nice. So, imagine in this question, everyone, we are just saying all those activities that we have been doing recently. So that is basically what we are going to practice today. That's why the grammar tense is, according to this question, everyone, what do you think? What is the grammar tense that we are going to practice?
present perfect?
Present perfect, yes, but specifically the present perfect continuous, okay? Do you remember the present perfect? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, imagine that I am the student, okay? Can you explain me what is the characteristic of the present perfect? Uh-huh. When do we use the present perfect? Oh my gosh. So you don't remember? Maybe we should have another speaking evaluation,
Yes,
right?
teacher.
Uh-huh.
I remember.
Go ahead. I don't know how to use the present perfect. Can you help me with that?
Well, yes, you can use that grammar tenses when you want to say something that maybe you done in the past, but you are still doing that things in the present. So that is one of the thing that you can say in that grammar tenses. Another one I think that is that things that happened in the past, but it's very probably that those things happen in the future. So that is another thing that you can say. And
Okay, sounds
I
good.
don't know.
Thank you. Okay.
The third, I don't remember the third. too.
But you got the idea. You got the idea. I can see Mario. Okay, Mario, continue. Explain me about the present perfect.
Yes, okay, teacher. You can use the perfect present tense to describe an action performed during a period that had not finished yet. So you have to use perfect. Perfect.
Okay, sounds good. And what your classmate said is right. I want you guys to remember the present the present perfect, because we are starting the present perfect continuous. Now, in the present perfect, as your classmate said, we are just talking about some activities that started in the past, but we didn't specify that they are already done or that they are already finished. Basically, they have a connection with the present, and actually there is a possibility that those actions will continue happening in the future. For example, can I say I have studied English last month? Is that correct? What do you think?
No.
Why?
Because it
Because the
was
verb-
corrupted in the past.
Okay. So in this
If
case,
you
uh-huh.
if you add signs,
Okay, if I say
Since
only last month, it's not possible, because last month is a time expression for the simple past. If I say last month, that indicates that the action is done, is finished. So I cannot use it. But if I say since last month, is that correct now?
yes.
yes,
Yeah.
In that
Because
case,
since
yeah.
is a valid period for perfect.
That's it. If we add since, automatically this time expression belongs to the present perfect. Excellent. Now, can I say something like, I have went? I have went?
No.
No, why not?
because when is the simple past of the verb go.
Ah, so I need the verb in past participle. What is the past participle of go?
Gone.
Gone.
Do you remember the verbs in past participle? Do you?
Yes.
Don't,
learning.
don't scare me, okay? If you don't remember the verbs in past participle, I'm going to send you some days to pre-intermediate 3 again, okay? Now, that is the characteristic of the present perfect continuous, okay? And it's the same. In this case, everybody, let's focus on the continuous. What is the characteristic? When we're talking about continuous tenses, what is the characteristic of the continuous?
The verb ends in ing.
That's the one, perfect. So today we are just going to combine present perfect with the present perfect continuous. And how do we use it? I need a volunteer, please, for reading this paragraph in yellow.
Okay.
The present perfect continuous is used to describe action that began in the past but are still going on or have recently stopped.
Thank you. What is the characteristic of the present perfect continuous? When did the action start?
In the past.
In the past.
In the past. But they are still going on, or they are still happening. Or if they are not happening anymore, but they just recently stopped. That means that the action finished, but just a short time ago, like minutes maybe, or couple of hours, couple of days ago. It's the action just stopped. But most of the time when we are using the present perfect continuous is because the action is still happening. And what is the structure that I need? Easy. I need the subject. What do I need next?
Helping verb.
The helping verb. And we have two options, have or?
Has.
Yes, for the third person. What do I need next?
Past participle of verb to be.
Yes. Now, listen everybody. Present perfect continuous is a piece of cake. You don't need to worry about the verbs in past participle because the only verb that it will be in the past participle is the verb to be. We always, listen, when we are talking about the present perfect continuous, we always need the verb to be in past participle, okay? Always. And after the verb in past participle, what do I need?
The verb is in ing.
That's the one. The verb in ing. So for example, I have been working. Or you can use contractions. Instead of saying I have been, you can say I've been working, for example. What else? What have you been doing, guys? I've been
learning.
Learning what? I've been learning
English.
English. What else? What else have you been doing?
I've been working on the unit 1 and 2 in the platform.
On the platform, very good. What else? What have you been doing, guys? Nothing? Oh my gosh. Why don't you want to talk? Participation is evaluated. Come on.
I've been working out.
Oh, working out. That sounds very healthy.
Yeah.
What else?
I have been trying improve my fluency.
Trying to improve your fluency.
Yes.
Very good. Excellent. Anything else?
I have been listening to music in English.
Nice. Very good.
I've been learning driving class.
Oh, taking. In that case, you can say taking driving class.
Okay, taking driving.
Okay. And now, can you drive already or not at all? Can you drive already or not yet? Okay. Now look at this one, everybody. If I say I've been learning English, for example, it's something that started in the past, yes or no?
Yes.
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 If I ask you, hey, when did you start? You can say, I've been learning since last year, or I've been learning for 3 months. So you started the action in the past, but are you still doing the action? Yes or no?
Yes.
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 In the present, you are still doing the action. You are still learning. You haven't stopped. The same with working out, for example. Hey, I've been working out. That means that you started in the past. Maybe you started yesterday or you started 5 months ago. But in the present, you're still doing that action. Now, what happens if I want to say these sentences, but in negative? What do you think? What do I need to do in negative?
I haven't been learning English.
Haven't or hasn't.
That's it? Oops, sorry. As simple as that. If I want to say it in negative, the only things that I need to do is add not, okay? So you can use different contractions. So you can say, for example, let me write it. You can say, I've not been ta 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 ta, or you can use the other contraction that this is the most common one. I haven't been ta 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 ta. Okay. When we are talking in the negative forms, we have 2 options for the contractions. Now, think about those actions that you haven't been doing. Can you tell me examples, everyone? Can you tell me something that you haven't been doing lately?
I haven't been sleepy.
Sleeping.
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. And you guys?
Haven't been eating greasy food.
Okay, sounds good.
I haven't been eating chicken burgers.
Eating what?
Chicken burgers.
Okay, you don't like it?
So.
Okay.
It's not good for my health.
Sounds good, sounds good. What else, everybody? Can you tell me something that you haven't been doing? Going to the gym? Have you been going to the gym?
Well, I haven't been running during this week.
Okay, that's a good example. Anyone else?
I haven't been sleeping well.
Sleeping well?
Yeah.
Okay. Noisy neighbors?
No. Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's
So,
okay.
very good sentences, everyone. Now remember, if instead of talking about I'm talking about she, what will be the sentence? She has been learning. In negative, she hasn't been learning. As simple as that. Is it clear, the structure, everybody, of the present continuous?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes? Are you sure?
Coach,
Yes?
here, how the contraction is about we have?
Like this?
Yes.
With?
What?
With.
With.
With. Basically, guys, you need to like exaggerate the V. With.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other question, everyone? Okay, let's continue then. When we're talking about the present perfect continuous, the most common question is this one, the ones that we practiced at the beginning. What have you been up to? And when we are saying that question, when we pronounce it, we not always say, what have you? We normally say like this. This is the way that it sounds like. What have you been up to? That is like the most common pronunciation. So try it. What have you been up to? What have? Okay. And how can we answer? Again, we can say all those actions that we started in the past, but that we are still doing it. For example, I want to say, watch movies. How can I say the complete sentence? I
have been watching movies.
Very good. Have you been watching movies lately?
Yes. Yes, I have.
What kind of movies?
Action movies.
Action movies, okay. What else? Anyone else?
Horror movies.
Horror movies, okay. Now, date someone. How can I say the complete sentence?
I have been dating with someone.
I have been dating someone or with someone. And if I want to say it in negative?
I haven't
been
dating someone.
I haven't been dating. Now, work out. What is the sentence here?
I have been working now.
I've been working now.
Have you guys? Have you been working out lately?
Not really. I haven't been.
Okay, some people said yes, some people say no. Okay. Take driving classes.
I have been
taking driving class.
Okay, have you?
Not really. I haven't.
Yes.
I haven't been taking driving car.
Imagine if you are not taking driving classes, but what kind of classes have you been taking?
I have been taking English classes.
English classes. Cool. What else? Have you been taking any other kind of classes, everyone? At university, for example? Cooking classes?
I have been painting.
Ah, very interesting. Sounds good. What else? Only that? Okay.
I have been taking Excel classes.
Interesting. Easy or difficult?
Difficult.
I imagine that. Now look at this, everybody. When we're talking about classes, we can say taking, or we can say attending, okay? Attending English classes, for example, attending to my university classes. So there are different activities that we can include in order to answer these questions. Is it clear, everybody, how we can answer this question? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. Now, in this case, everybody, there are different examples that we can use. Remember, when we are using the present perfect continuous, the action is still happening. I need a volunteer, please, for reading the first example, please.
Me?
Yes, go ahead.
I had been studying for 3 hours. The action of study started in the past and is still happening now.
Thank you. Look, that is the characteristic. I've been studying for 3 hours. When did the action start?
3 hours ago.
3 hours ago. But did she already finish the action? No, she's
No,
still
it's still
studying.
happening.
Exactly, very good. Now I have another example. Volunteer for reading, please. The second example.
Me.
Yes.
He has been working hard lately. The action of working hard started in the past and has recently stopped, or is it still happening now?
Thank you. It's the same. Remember, the characteristic of the present continuous is that the action is still happening, or maybe the actions has recently stopped. But when we say recently, again, we say just short time ago. Now, I need a volunteer, please, for reading the last example.
Me.
Yes? Yes.
Okay, they have been playing soccer since morning. This action of playing soccer started in the morning and is still happening now.
Thank you. Now, everybody, I wanted to identify keywords in these sentences. Remember that for each grammar tense, we have different time expressions. When we are talking in present, we have time expressions. When we are talking in simple past, we have time expressions. Well, when we are talking in present perfect continuous, we also have some time expressions that we can use. The first one, we can express the period of time. We can use for, or we can use since to specify when the action started. Or we can use phrases like lately or recently. Those are some typical kind of time expressions when we are talking about the present perfect continuous. Can I say something like, I have been studying last week? Can I say that?
No.
No,
No.
it doesn't make sense because last week is for the simple past. So again, what are the most common time expressions? Lately.
Lately, since.
For.
And
Recently.
recently. Exactly. Those are the ones that you can use. Now, do you remember, everybody, the difference between for and since?
Yes.
Can you explain me, please?
For it's for a period of time. How long have you been doing it? And since it's about when the specific time to the action starts.
Ah, excellent job. Exactly as your classmate said, for represents a period of time since the specific moment when the action started. Now, can you give me examples of expressions with for, can I say, for example, for 2020? Can I say that? Or for yesterday?
For yesterday, yes.
Can I say for yesterday? Are you sure?
Can you
Things.
Okay. So can you give me examples of for? Which expressions can I use with for?
For 2 hours, for example.
For 1 month,
For 2 hours.
for 2 years.
Good. And with since, can I say since 1 hour?
No.
Which ones? Which ones can I use with since?
Since
A
2000.
specific date.
For example, since
Last year.
since last year. What else?
In last month.
Okay.
Since 2019.
Since 2019. Okay. Look, those are some examples. Remember, for is a period. So we can say for 5 years, for 1 day, for 1 month, for 1 week, for example, for 1 hour, for a long time, okay, for 20 minutes, okay, for 3 days. We are just saying the period. Then we are talking about since is a specific moment. Since 10 a.m., since September, since last month, since last week, since Monday, or you can say a year, since 1992, since 2019, all right? When we are using the present perfect continuous, it's very common to use these expressions because we are specifying when the action started. So let me ask the question again. So everybody, what have you been up to? Give me an answer in present perfect continuous, but explain the time expression. You can use for or since. What could be an answer? Let's see.
I have writing a book since 2 years ago.
Okay, I have been writing. Okay, cool. What else? Another example, everyone?
I have been working out in my house for 5 years because I was overweight.
Okay, 5 years.
Exactly.
That's a long time. Sounds good. I was listening to a girl too. Can you repeat?
Yes, I was.
Go ahead.
Okay. I have been taking care of my baby girl since 15 months.
Wow. Easy or difficult?
Ooh, too difficult.
I imagine that. All right, very good example. What else? What have you been up to, guys?
I have been attending my English classes since November 3rd.
Okay, easy or difficult? Difficult.
No, easy.
Easy, okay, sounds good. Anyone else? What have you been up to?
I have been watching TV for 1 hour.
For 1 hour or for 1 hour?
For 1 hour.
Hour, yes, because it's singular. If I say 2 hours, in that case, yes, 2 hours. But if it is in singular, hour. Very good. Now, everybody, Remember, when we are answering this question, we can say the period or when the action started. Okay? Is it clear the difference between for and since? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Any questions so far? Okay, now let's have a practice. I have here some sentences. I want you guys to express the same idea, but using the present perfect continuous. And I want you to add since or for, okay? Let me open up the exercise. Give me a second. Okay, can you see the exercise?
Yes.
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 Okay, but hold on. Let me, I want to do it better. Give me a second. Okay, there we are. Can you see it? Yes?
Yes.
Excellent. Look at the first example. He began to study computer science 3 years ago, and he's still doing the action. So, what will be the sentence using the present perfect continuous? Mario, you lift your hands?
Yes, he has been studying computer science since 3 years ago.
Okay, look at this one. Computer science since 3 years.
3 years ago.
What do you think, everybody? Is that correct?
Or
I think it would be better for 3
3
years.
years ago?
yes.
Now, look at this.
No, I think that is since.
In this
because-
case,
Since.
it depends. Pay attention here. If we add the word ago, we can say since. If we remove the word ago, in that case, we have to say for. Now, the best option, it will be for 3 years. Because remember that ago sounds more like for the simple past. Is it clear? If you add ago, you can say since. But ago, it's more for simple past. So the best option in this case, it will be for 3 years. Okay? Now, Mario, can you pick one of your classmates, please?
Okay, Jennifer Alejandra.
Thank you. Hello, Jennifer.
Hello.
Jennifer, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Jennifer, I began to teach English 7 years ago and I'm still teaching. So what will be the sentence?
I have been.
Okay.
I have been teaching English.
For or since?
For
For
7 years ago.
7 years. Now, if you say for, you cannot say ago. I mean, for 7 years ago, the word ago is not necessary, okay? So we can easily say just, I've been teaching English for 7 years. Nice, that means that it's still doing the action. Now, can you pick one of your classmates, please? Hello?
Anderson?
Who?
Me.
Anderson?
Okay, I listened to Sarah. I'm sorry, Jennifer. I can barely hear you. Okay, but we have Sarah. Sarah, number 3. What will be the sentence? They began to work at his company, but in 2010.
Okay, they had begun to work. They had been working at this company since 2010.
Okay, since 2010. What do you think, everybody? Is this sentence correct?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Totally. If I say a year, I say since. Can I say for 2010?
No.
No.
Because it's a specific time.
Exactly. Very good job. Okay, Sarah, can you pick one of your classmates, please?
Maribel.
Who? I'm sorry?
Kenia Maribel.
Oh, thank you. Hello, Kenya.
Hello, teacher.
Okay, Kenya, we began to solve the task an hour ago, and we are
Oh.
still solving the problem. What do you think? What is the sentence?
I think is we have solving the task for an hour ago.
We have solving?
We have been solving
Uh-huh. For or since?
for
For? Uh-huh. For?
An hour.
All right. In this case, for an hour, is necessary to say the word ago?
no, it's not.
No, it is not necessary. We say just, we've been solving for an hour, okay? We've been solving, well, let's add it, the complement. We've been solving the task for an hour. Very good. Kenya, can you give me a volunteer, please? Pick someone. In the chat says, can I say for 1 hour? Yes. Remember, everybody, that you can say and, or you can say, oh my gosh, or you can say one. They are just synonyms. So yes, you can use the ones that you prefer.
Teacher, I want to be a volunteer.
Sure.
For the next.
Go ahead.
Okay. She has been blogging since 2015.
Okay. Can I say like this, guys? Blogging? Is that correct? I'm talking about the spelling. Is that correct?
No.
No.
Why?
You need add a 1G
Double G.
before I.
I need to double the consonant.
Yes.
Why?
Because
just have one.
Because consonant,
this
vowel
word
consonant.
has one sound, one
It's
vowel
only
sound.
one vowel sound. That means it's only one syllable, and it's ending in consonant, vowel, consonant. Okay, excellent.
And in the pronunciation, it's the same. Blogging.
Yes. So she has been blogging for or since?
Since.
Since
2015.
Good job. That's the one. Okay, Sophia, can you pick one of your classmates, please? Pick a boy because the girls have been practicing. Pick a boy.
Okay. Brandon.
Thank you. Okay. Hello, Brandon.
Hi.
It began to snow 2 hours ago and it's still snowing. So what is the sentence here?
It has been snowing 2 hours. For 2 hours.
For 2 hours. Everybody?
Yes.
Is that good? Is that correct?
Yes.
Totally. Very good. Okay, Brandon, pick someone.
Okay, give me a moment. Melvin, Alejandro.
Thank you. Hello, Melvin.
Hello, teacher.
Number 7, he began to look for a job in May and is still looking for.
He has looking for a job
He
since
has looking.
May. He has been. He has been looking for a job since May.
Okay, since May. Everybody, do you agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Totally. Very good job. So, again, when we are using present perfect continuous, we need to include time expressions, okay? We need to express or explain when the action started. And we can use for, or we can use since. Easy or difficult? What do you think? Easy? Yes?
Easy.
Do you have any questions so far? No questions? Are you
No.
sure? Okay, if you don't have questions, let's have another practice. But now let's practice a little listening. I have a very short conversation here. It's just a dialogue. They are asking the question, what have you been up to? So you just need to answer the questions. What has he been up to? Why is he having a hard time? And why has he been feeling a little under the weather? What do you think? Have you ever heard that expression, under the weather? This
Yes.
is an idiom. What is the meaning of that?
When you are sick.
Exactly. So pay attention to the conversation and you have to answer these questions. To avoid interferences, I need you please to keep your microphones off, everybody. You can answer in your notebooks and then we are going to see if your answers are correct or not. Pay attention, please.
Do you want a cup of coffee?
Yeah, sure. So, what have you been up to?
Well, I've been really busy trying to finish this project on time.
Are you having a hard time?
Yeah, but I haven't had enough time to really concentrate on it.
I know what you mean.
Not only that, but I've been feeling a little under the weather lately.
Did you catch a cold?
I don't know. I think I'm coming down with something.
Maybe you should see a doctor.
I think I'll go tomorrow.
Good idea.
Could you listen to the audio, everyone?
Yes. Yes.
Do you have the answers? Or do you want to listen it again?
Again, please.
Again.
Sure, no problem. Okay, microphones off. I know that the audio sounds a little bit low, I'm sorry, but then we are going to see the script. Don't worry. Microphones off. I'm going to play it again. Pay attention, please.
Do you want a cup of coffee?
Yeah, sure. So, what have you been up to?
Well, I've been really busy trying to finish this project on time.
Are you having a hard time?
Yeah, but I haven't had enough time to really concentrate on it.
I know what you mean.
Not only that, but I've been feeling a little under the weather lately.
Did you catch a cold?
I don't know. I think I'm coming down with something.
Maybe you should see a doctor.
I think I'll go tomorrow.
Good idea.
Okay, everybody. What has he been up to?
He has been trying to finish his project.
Exactly. And why is he having a hard time, guys?
He hasn't find the concentration for finished his project.
Sounds good. So it's like he hasn't had like enough time to concentrate. And what has he been feeling like, a little down or under the weather? Why? What kind of health problem does he have?
Cold.
A cold? And what will he do?
He goes to the doctor tomorrow.
Ah, very good. Now, I know that the audio was like not so high quality, but here we got the script. I need some volunteers for reading. I need someone for reading a Bill script and some other for Robert. Who wants to read?
And me?
Me?
Thank you. Alejandra. Alejandra, you will be Bill, Mario, Robert. Go.
Do you want a cup of coffee?
Yeah, sure. So what have you been up to?
Well, I've been really busy trying to finish this project on time.
Are you having a hard time?
Yes, but I haven't had enough time to really concentrate on it.
I know what you mean.
Not only that, but I've been feeling a little under the water lately.
Did you catch a cold?
I don't know. I think I'm coming down with something.
Maybe you should see a doctor.
I think I go tomorrow.
Good idea.
Okay, thank you. Now, instead of what have you, what can we say here? Contraction form.
What have you?
Yes. What have you been up to? So everybody, please try to say it in that way. That's the way that I want you to ask these questions. What have you been up to? Okay.
What have you been up to?
That's the one. Now, what is, yes?
What about what has he, the contraction?
Can you repeat? Because I cannot hear you.
Okay, in third person.
In third person is basically the same. Look at this one. The contraction is just with the verb have. So if it is in third person, we say like this. So, what have you? Well, I'm going to write it. What have you been up to? What's he been up to? In third person, actually, it is like easier. So yeah. Now, what is the pronunciation of this word?
Busy?
Busy. Now, pay attention to this conversation. They start asking, what have you been up to? This person answers in the present perfect continuous. And what happens later? What do we have next?
Perfect present.
Okay. Look at this one. When they answer the first question, the classmate, or in this case, Robert, continue asking follow-up questions. Are you having a hard time? Did you catch a cold? In which grammar tenses did he continue asking?
And first is the present
past.
present continuous and the past
Past simple.
simple past.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. In this case, everybody, I can start asking you something in the present perfect continuous. Then we can continue asking follow-up questions, but I can use different grammar tenses. Okay? That's what we are going to try to do during the speaking practice. Are you ready for the speaking practice? Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Okay,
No.
okay. But look at this one. I'm going to give you some examples. Here we got different answers. Look, I need a volunteer for reading the question, but using contraction, please. The first question.
So, what have you been up to?
Thank you. Volunteer for reading the answer.
Well, I've been studying hard for exams.
Thank you. So imagine if somebody asks you, hey, what have you been up to? We can start like, well, I've been. If you see, normally we are answering with the contractions form. Well, I've been studying hard for exams. What else can we include here?
Since
Since
2 weeks.
or
For 2 weeks.
good. Now, pay attention here. Imagine that your classmate says, well, I've been studying hard for the exams since Monday. What kind of follow-up questions can we ask? According to this answer, what else can we ask? Can you give me another follow-up questions, please?
How many hours do you study per day?
Very good. What else?
How long?
How long? Full question. Give me the full question.
How long have you been studying?
How long have you been
Okay.
studying? Yes. What else? Any other question? I need to know the subject. What kind of exam? How can I ask that? Come on, let's participate.
You've been studying.
Can you repeat, please?
What have you been studying?
Okay, yeah, what? What have you been studying? What subject have you been studying? Now look at the next one. Volunteer for reading the next question again? Someone?
So, so what have you been up to?
Thank you. Imagine I say, okay, so what have you been up to? And your classmate said, I've been busy, working every day. So, what questions can we ask? Remember, we can ask follow-up questions in different grammar tenses. So imagine that your friend says, I've been busy working every day. What can you ask?
When was your last free day?
Okay. When was your last free day? Yes. What else? Let's continue the conversation. Don't let the conversation die, please. Continue.
Where do you work?
Where?
Yes.
Very good. Where do you work? And now look at the last one. What have you been up to? What is the answer?
Nothing. I've been really bored lately.
Look, what kind of questions can we ask? Don't let the conversation die. Go ahead.
What would you like to do?
Ah, nice. Very good question. What else? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Guys, don't let the conversation die. Come on.
Don't you have friends?
Don't you have friends?
Are you? Are you?
Are you?
Are you have friends?
Are you have friends? Or do you have friends?
Do you?
Do you have friends? Yes, imagine if your friend says that he's really bored, you can say, ask him, hey, would you like to go to the cinema? What kind of movies do you like? Would you like to go for a coffee? Do you like coffee or not? So the idea, everybody, with this kind of exercises is, I know that answering the first question is kind of simple. It's like, hey, what have you been up to? I've been studying English. Okay. And that's all. But is that the way that we have a conversation in Spanish? Not really. If your classmates say, hey, I've been studying English, you can start asking a lot of questions, not necessarily in the same grammar tense, okay? So we are going to have the speaking activity, and that is the main purpose. We are going to start a conversation with your classmates asking, what have you been up to? That is the first questions that I want you to ask, but I want you to pay attention and listen to the answers so you can ask follow-up questions. When I say follow-up questions, I mean questions related to the answers. Imagine that your classmate says, I've been working out. And imagine that I said, do you like movies? Do you think that this is a follow-up question? Yes or no?
No.
No.
No, movies and working out, I mean, they are not connecting. I really need you to pay attention to the answer so you can ask a correct follow-up question. And remember, the follow-up questions can be in different grammar tenses. It can be in the present perfect, in present, in past, in future. The idea with this exercise is, okay, let's practice the present perfect continuous. But again, let's continue practicing the different grammar tenses. And I want you guys, during the conversation, you can give advice if it is necessary. For example, imagine that your classmate said, well, you know, I've been getting stressed. Can we give some advice in this scenario? Yes or no?
You should be rest.
You should be, or you should rest.
You should rest.
Very good, exactly. So if your classmate is giving you a situation and you can give advice, do it. Is it clear, the speaking activity, everybody?
Yes.
Yes? Any questions so far? Now, listen, we're going to be working in teams. So imagine that there are 3 people working in the same team. I want to everybody ask questions. For example, imagine that there is a group And in that group is Victor, Franklin, and Melvin. And first, Victor asks, hey, Franklin, what have you been up to? And Franklin answers. So Victor and Melvin, they have to ask follow-up questions. Melvin, start asking, hey, Franklin, tell me, what did you, And then Victor, another follow-up questions. So the idea is that everybody in the group is participating. Got it? Is that clear?
Got it.
Everybody understood? Yes?
Yes.
Can you speak in Spanish during the practice?
No.
Never. So important, please everybody, remember that you can ask in different grammar tenses. So if your classmates ask in past, you can answer in past. If your classmate is asking in future, well, answer in future, and so on and so on. Okay? In this moment, just let me create the groups. Give me 1 second. I have a lot of listeners today. Oh my gosh. So give me a second. Let me switch. Okay, 1 moment. I'm trying to create the groups without the listeners. If you're in a group where your classmates are not talking, or if you are alone in one group, just let me know and I will switch you to another team. Okay, give me a second. Okay, I think, okay, everybody, let's go to the breaking rooms. Enter, please.
Hello, girls.
Hello.
Okay, let's practice. Violeta, what have you been up to?
Well, I've been preparing some decorations to my house for Christmas.
Traditions.
Decorations. Preparing decorations.
Maybe for Christmas time?
Yes. In my
Yes.
house.
Okay. Since when?
Well, I have been preparing since maybe on November. Since November.
And did you finish?
I think I will finish this week. I think, because I try to decorate my home very fast because I really like to see my house ready in December.
Sophia, ask follow-up questions.
Okay, I can hear you very well, but what do you
what you prepared. I'm sorry, I can hear you.
I've been preparing some decorations to Christmas.
Oh, decoration.
Yes.
Okay. I think it's food, but but no. Okay.
And what about you? Sophia?
Me?
Yes, what have you been up to?
Two.
I've been working in a project of my university. Since July, I think.
Where do you
Okay.
What?
Where do you study?
I study at Don Bosco University.
Are
Julie,
you
did you
working?
What
Yeah.
kind of career do you have?
What?
What kind of career do you have? Or what kind of career do you
Can you repeat?
What kind of career do you study?
Oh, okay. Since July, I working every day in this project.
I think the question was, what career do you study?
Oh, I study tourism.
Okay, and about your project, are you working alone in it?
Yes, because I think that it's a little difficult. It's about an innovation plan for a company. So in this case, it's a coffee shop.
Great, sounds great.
Yes.
Would you like to open your own coffee shop?
Yes, but honestly, I want to work an airline. But I would like to put my own company. For example, tour of I don't know how do you say that, but it's a company for planning a tour.
Planning what?
Operadora.
Excuse me?
Tour operadora.
Yes, Franklin. Or a hotel. That's interesting for me.
Tour operator. No, I don't know. Well, ask me.
Okay. What have you been up
Well,
to?
this year. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times a day.
So in my case, I have been doing a lot of things in my house because I had the opportunity to finish my job in the carpenter. For example, right now, and I need to be honest that I am decorating my house from Christmas and at the same time in the class, so it's interesting.
Do you have had an accident when you made carpenter?
And actually, how? What?
Do you have an accident?
From my exam yesterday about my father's motorcycle.
Now, do you work in this?
About my job, so only in the restaurant.
I think she's trying to ask if you ever had an accident at work, I think.
Ah, I got it. Yeah, because I confused it because I thought that it was about my, so for the action that I'm decorating my house. So yes, I had an accident the last year. with my father's motorcycle. It was the the worst experience that I had because I don't know, it was very embarrassing and at the same time very hard. I didn't I didn't go to the high school from 1 week because my body has a lot of guns. So yeah.
Okay, Brandon, you said that you work as a carpenter. So what figures have you created?
A furniture, a door, table, and the different things that the people want. Because in my case, in my job in a carpenter, it was about creating, for example, furniture or paint the furniture. It depends. In my case, I worked only for 2 years.
Rocibel?
Well,
Rocibel,
maybe.
I think that the question of Rocibel is interesting.
Okay. Don't miss you don't you miss your old house?
Yes,
How do you
because
yeah.
continue. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yes, I miss my old house because I live 22 years old.
I think
Oh,
she asking about do you miss your old house, right?
yes.
Okay, I got
So, how do you say I have been toda mi vida, all my life? So it's very difficult because I have many memories with my old house. So
Yes.
I have been a little sad because my how do you say infancia?
childhood.
Child it was in that house. So
The
But,
teacher is here.
Teacher is here. Talking, please. Talking.
I don't like to read a lot, so that's
Maybe
why.
you can
Me
take a
too.
lot of photos.
Sincerely,
You can
I don't like to read.
In my
But
case,
maybe there's English books about their English books. Books
Yeah, but
about their English, maybe.
those-
Dictionary. You can read a dictionary there and you can learn more English.
in my case, I like to read fairy tales.
Mhm.
Yeah.
but when I was in university, I used to watch videos about my subject because I didn't like to read books. So yeah,
So
You
you prefer to watch
I prefer.
the movies, right?
For example, I clean my house.
Yeah, you clean your house?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So you help your mom?
No, she.
Like, oh, do you
No,
live alone or do you live with your mom?
no, alone.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good.
How long have you been living alone?
Yeah.
Melvin?
Hmm?
How long have you been living alone?
No, I live with my mom.
Oh,
This one,
Okay.
I clean my house while she cooking for for lunch.
while she's cooking for lunch?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. What about you, Reina? What are you
Recently,
going to do after class?
All right. Time's up. Let's go back to the main room. Time's up. Let's go back. Okay, well, let's wait for your classmates. They are still in the breakup rooms. I was listening, interesting questions and interesting answers. My gosh. Okay. How was the practice? Was it easy, difficult, more or less?
It was funny.
Okay. And how about you guys? How was the practice?
Very good.
Okay. Did your classmate ask follow-up questions
Yes.
in different
Yes.
grammar tenses?
Yes.
Did your classmate answer correctly those questions?
Yes.
Okay. Did your classmate give advice? No? Yes?
I tried.
Okay. Did your classmate use Spanish?
No.
No.
Never is satanic.
Okay. And let me ask you, when you were listening to the questions in different grammar tenses, how was the structure? Was the structure correct or was like more or less? What do you think?
Kind of.
Kind of. Listen, everybody, we are in intermediate level. We cannot start studying the structure for the simple present and study the structure for questions in simple past. That is something that I assume that you remember because that is something that we studied in the past. So if you consider that you have issues with the structure, specifically when we are asking questions in different grammar tenses, that is something that we need to review it a little bit, okay? Because I'm listening to some questions like, you went to work yesterday? Is that a good question? You went to work?
No.
No.
That is an affirmative sentence. The correct question needs an auxiliary. Did you go to work yesterday? Okay, so be careful because I'm listening to some questions only in affirmative. So that is not the correct one. Okay, unfortunately, we don't have time, but tomorrow we are going to continue. Okay, so everybody, do you have any questions before leaving? Questions?
No, teacher.
Okay, so everybody, we're going to stop right here. Thank you so much for being in the class. Don't forget to work on the platform, okay? Have a good day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. See you.
See you.